Hi there, and welcome to Celeb Hut. Denying deceiving charges, Robyn Dixon has at long last emerged to uncover her better half, Juan, for betraying her. She uncovered a few wild insights regarding his undertaking, and one is past embarrassed by this. So what did Robyn need to say, and why does this one feel like she double-crossed him? Robyn Dixon and her significant other Juan have been in a chaotic, swindling embarrassment in recent weeks, and each time we assume we at last have every one of the subtleties, some new, untidy data becomes visible about exactly the way that frightful things truly are in a new episode of the show. Ashley Darby educated Robyn regarding how Karen had been spreading bits of gossip about Juan undermining. Robyn said that Juan has his sweetheart, who seems to be Karen now for reasons unknown. Robyn then chose to call Juan, and his response was fascinating without a doubt. I realize individuals brought up how odd it was that he quickly kicked guard and off shouting at Robyn. Certain individuals accepted it as a sign that he was to be sure cheating, and that is the reason he responded that way. At that point, there's likewise the way that a lady approached to uncover him for taking part in an extramarital entanglement with her truism. I dated him during the finish of Desire for north of a year. The last time I was there was around 70 weeks prior. He's a player. I can't stand him and how he treats females. She added, I'm from Canada. He would fly me out, and he really acts practically like a hunter. And I have spoken with different females about this, and they likewise concur. When she was inquired as to whether Robyn realized about her, she said, okay, she realizes about me. Keeping this a significant part at the top of the priority list. See, hence, we will return again to it shortly. She then asserted that Robyn and Juan's relationship was for PR, saying, okay, precisely for television. I have not a great explanation to lie, and I never unveiled it. I really do have receipts. However, Robyn has requested that I not disclose this. I'm prepared for the soldiers to be told. And I'm fine remaining a non. I'm not searching for any satisfaction or clout. She likewise supported up her cases by posting this receipt from the inn, where she remained with Juan WW. He flew her in from Canada now after this multitude of charges became famous. Online, Robyn went on the computer-generated simulation web recording to deny the cases and call them absurd. You don't think you sound ludicrous right now, but yet it seems as though she can never again conceal reality, since she has now approached to concede that Juan did, as a matter of fact, undermine her. Well, sort of well. While she conceded that he knew the Canadian lady, she rejected the idea that he had an unsanctioned romance with her. She got going by affirming the lady's cases, saying that she had some awareness of her. I knew about the circumstance before we recorded Season 7. She then uncovered that she and Juan had needed to manage what is going on now. The circumstance when it was introduced to me was dealt with, talked about, taken care of, and it was something we needed to manage. You know, it was not something that was very much like gracious. Okay, whatever goodness definitely. She at long last affirmed that Juan was to be sure messaging the other lady. But not just that, since she really attempted to rationalize him concerning why he was messaging one more lady in any case. Yes, Juan was a moron and spoke with this lady on Instagram. You know, since, you realize anything he's exhausted, he wants consideration. It's a pandemic. Yakety yak anything? Well, obviously, individuals promptly began bringing up how wild it was that she was all the while attempting to rationalize her better half after he got discovered messaging another lady yet some way or another. That is not the most stunning thing she needed to say, since she then guaranteed that Juan didn't take part in an extramarital entanglement with the other lady. What's more, there is a justification for why his name is on an inn receipt, which I will share on Patreon. Yes, blast! And the explanation isn't on the grounds that he requested that she come and was elected to pay for this lodging right the end. Okay, so she truly anticipates that we as a whole should accept that Juan had been messaging this other lady who just so ended up flying in from Canada into their city during a worldwide pandemic, and Juan paid for the inn, yet nothing occurred between them. No doubt, it's reasonable as David. She is telling an obvious lie. She likewise guaranteed that the other lady was attempting to involve them for clout and popularity. Yet since she, essentially was attempting to pay off one gracious and told her that she planned to become popular off of us, then I don't realize, young lady, go, child. I don't know. Ideally, you can fire up just fans and get no doubt, some cash off of it or something. Yes, yet you all again. This is simply not adding up in light of the fact that the lady has stayed unknown gathering out and has not once emerged to show her face or even her web-based entertainment page. So Robyn's allegation of clout doesn't actually appear to be legit. She then, at that point, conceded that this wrecking dramatization was her wedding to need, because postponed I will express right at, regarding Juan, and we disdain, we manage the circumstance. It was most certainly something that you realize we needed to deal with, relationship-wise. Perhaps that is the reason the wedding didn't occur when you all needed it to. Goodness, actually, the last explanation uncovered one of her falsehoods concerning one. Back in 2021, she addressed page 6. Furthermore, guaranteed that the explanat on their wedding was deferred was the pandemic as well as the pressure of building another house. She said the pandemic most certainly moved our concentration to the house. I was extremely conscious of the pandemic. Like I essentially didn't take off from my home for like the initial 3 months. Thus, wedding making arrangements for me was simply not exactly like a choice. And afterward, once we began building the house, the entirety of my concentration and assets headed down that path. So, sadly, we do. I don't have a date yet. While the pandemic certainly made a great deal of weddings be pushed ahead, we presently realize that this wasn't true with Robyn and Juan in light of the fact that another lady was involved, and this gave Robyn enough uncertainty to move the wedding presently. As per insiders, Juan abhors the way that Robyn uncovered him for tricking. He felt that they would have dealt with their relationship and moved past it, so he feels embarrassed that she freely owned up to it. However, things supposedly got tense among them, and Robyn wouldn't apologize since she didn't unequivocally blame him for cheating, and she even attempted to conceal for him by attempting to wind a portion of the subtleties, however flattering, of turning the subtleties. Robyn got called out for lying strikingly, and individuals left remarks like Robyn attempting to cause harm control. The harm actually ain't controlled. Robyn should believe we're as moronic as she may be. As Karen said, Robyn is the dizziest monster finding a spot at this table. Not one single untruth was told. Thus, Robyn had some awareness of the circumstances and was trusting that somebody would bring it up. Why deny it? When it was raised, I knew from how Juan was reviled on the telephone that he was blameworthy. He was doing a lot of fighting. Now, this is only a humiliating wreck for both Juan and Robyn, and she would have been exceptional at keeping her mouth shut on the grounds that it just wound up humiliating. Subscribe Celeb Hut for more videos.